This episode is called Familiar by My Side, and man is the finale going to try hard to stop and chop this episode. Anyways, let's start with the rundown. We open with Willie Kaplan William Kaplan attending his bar mitzvah. The subsequent party, or rather the party that's part of the bar mitzvah, has a fortune teller, none other than Lilia, who clearly senses danger in William's future. Lilia is the one who put the sigil on him. So, festivities get cut short because the Westview anomaly is active, meaning everyone needs to get the hell away because we all know what happened when the last time the anomaly expanded. Except this wasn't expanding, it's actually collapsing, and while driving, William's mom gets distracted and crashes the car, swerving off the road, and William subsequently dies. Yep, that's right. William Kaplan is gone. Billy Maximoff's soul enters the corpse. Also, hello, Alice. Waking up, Billy is quite shocked at the whole ordeal. And it's not helped by the fact that by the time he checks out of the hospital, even the family dog is aware that William is dead and Billy Maximoff has just assumed the body. Thankfully, William is into some very witchy stuff, so Billy obsessing over magic and witches, including the Wizard of Oz back there. Wow, that's quite appropriate for this show, with the whole Witches Road and prize at the end bit. I swear that this show is going to end with Billy Maximoff will return because the portal to wherever Tommy is open and Billy has to convince him, or if they're going to go start children's crusading, I don't know. So, anyways, Billy and his boyfriend meet up with Ralph Boner, who has gone a bit insane over what happened in Westview. Ralph's whole role here is basically exposition dump. He informs Billy what he knows about how Agatha Harkness is still in Westview under some kind of spell, and that Wanda had twins. Billy is smart enough to put two and two together. So, Mom's dead, Dad's dismantled, Tommy is missing, and Billy is him. Then we get a replay of the first episode from Billy's perspective, including what he said beneath the sigil, calling himself both William Kaplan and Billy Maximoff. In the present, Agatha manages to figure out what Billy wants at the end of the Witch's Road. He wants to find Tommy. Well, this was certainly an episode the finale needs to top. I honestly thought they were going to merge William and Billy's souls in this with some kind of Kingdom Hearts style nonsense, but no. William died at 13, despite Joe Locke both playing a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old, despite being 20-something when he filmed this. And then Billy just simply possesses the corpse. That's certainly interesting drama, and I think that's worth a series in and of itself. Imagine possessing someone else's body and having to live with it, knowing that this person just died and you were just a item of convenience, a convenient soul just possessing the corpse. Especially since possessing a dead body is absolutely forbidden. I wonder if we have someone in the cast who is literally Mistress Death with no deniability. Rio Vidal is Mistress Death. Come on, they're not even trying that hard to hide that fact. Okay, so Billy's memories are clearly hazy, though I'm kinda a bit disappointed by this. I was hoping more that we would get a scene where Billy's mental voice is actually Julian Hillard's Billy, while the actual voice is Joe Locke, just to hammer the point home that this is alien, creepy, and just plain uncomfortable for Billy. Kind of like what happened with Toya Todoroki in My Hero Academia after he woke up from a 3-year-long coma. His head voice is his prepubescent self, while his actual voice is his adult voice. Guess they could have had a problem with Hillard's age, given that his voice probably deepened by now. It's been 3 years since WandaVision, so it's probably changed to the point that it wouldn't be as great of a dramatic effect, so I'm fine with it. As much as I didn't like the Ralph twist from the original WandaVision, I'm happy that they did something with it that's worth doing. Mainly having Ralph be a broken, disheveled man, and the whole psychological effects of the Westview anomaly being displayed through him. I think my biggest problem is the Witch's Road quest. Not that I don't want to see Tommy, or not that I haven't been enjoying WandaVision, But my issue is, it makes Multiverse of Madness even less tragic somehow, and more idiotic. While Wanda was desecrating reality, tearing it apart, and looking for her boys were already here. One of them is still active in the general vicinity of the last place you left. Though, to be fair, there is some plausible deniability with this. Lilia placed the sigil on William, which got transferred to Billy. This feels like a big oops moment for Lilia. But then we'll circle back to me, but it isn't my fault. I was giving those beans. You persuaded me to trade away my cow for beans and circle jerking. Yeah, the more you deconstruct this, the less sense it makes. But then again, it's not meant to be deconstructed like this, because once you deconstruct everything enough, you eventually end up with a bunch of base parts that you're just going to smash further into hammers until you get down to nuclear fission as an option. Anyways, I enjoyed this episode a lot. Please consider liking, subscribing, tipping the channel on Ko-fi. This is Cyril signing off.